civilly liable of sexually assaulting a child with Jeffrey Epstein.
I'm one of those dirtbags that would vote.
So Vin, would you vote for Trump? Would you vote for Trump if he were held civilly liable of sexually assaulting a minor with Jeffrey Epstein?
Of course not.
So why would you vote for Trump if you were held civilly liable for sexually assaulting a woman, but not if you were held civilly liable of sexually assaulting a child?
Because Trump being in bed with a woman, having the ability to sexually assault her, there's no reason why Trump should be in bed with a child and have the opportunity to sexually assault a child.
Okay, so again, he doesn't even say, listen, Vin, Donald Trump doesn't say that they had consensual sex, right? Okay. The only account from the story is that E. Jean Carroll was sexually assaulted by Donald Trump, forcefully penetrated against your will. Okay? So again, with the child, in both of these scenarios, the only scenario that's been brought up is that they would have been assaulted.
Okay. We're not going to agree on this, but that's okay.
So again, I'm asking you, what's the relevant difference between these cases that means you accept one but not the other?
I just told you, because one is okay up until someone says it's not okay. The other one is not okay ever, period. The end. Do you understand that?
It's not okay to sexually assault a woman anyway. Again,
I'm not saying it's story okay was there is no story. Woman, Parker, I didn't say that.
What sexual contact against someone's will is always wrong. Do you agree?
Shit. Correct.
Rodney, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Right? So again, if it is indicated that it was against her will, it's always wrong. So please tell me why you dispute one but not the other.
If it was indicated against her, it was wrong. But why do I have to believe her? Why is Trump?
Why do you have to believe her? Why do you believe the kid?
Trump.
Why do you believe the kid?
What is a kid? I just told you.
They're both civil cases.
The kid doesn't have to say a word.
Wait, actually,
just the fact that they come into contact in that relationship period is wrong.
Wait, but you're assuming that happened. Vin, why do you assume that happened with the kid, but you don't assume it happened? First, the Panther Paws. You assumed that there was sexual contact with Donald Trump. You're not even assuming that was it, that even happened, because Trump has said that there was no contact between them. So again, you're not even assuming that happened. So why are you assuming that happened with the kid?
What? You're not making any sense, man.
Why are you assuming that happened with the kid, that there was sexual contact with the... Oh, he got hate speech, hateful behaviors. Okay. All right, we'll go on to the next person. That guy is just like, he has no clue what he's talking about. Natalie, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much, Natalie. I really do appreciate that. Yo, what's up? How old are you? For honorable and amazing Parker, thank you so much, Natalie. I do appreciate that. All right, let's go to the next individual. Parker, stop using hypotheticals. I'm sorry you're not smart enough to use a hypothetical. My bad. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, are you voting Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Well, first off, I just want to say I'm 57. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm also not the dumbest. Kind of nervous, so let me relax. I'm a business owner. I used to call myself a Democrat when I was younger. I voted for Clinton. In my opinion, as of now, of my 57 years, he's about the only decent president under Democrat that I've seen from my way of life.
What about Barack Obama?
I did vote for Barack, but I wasn't as pleased with his results.
What did he do that was bad?
I thought he was really phony. A lot of things that he said he was going to do, I don't think he did.
Like what?
I can't state anything right offhand. Like I said, I'm kind of nervous. But I just want to go on and say that, honestly, in my 57 years, the day that I heard Donald Trump was running for office, and I think a lot of us people who support Trump feel this way, is that we finally got a not government person into a government office. I don't know what you think about it, but I believe that a lot of the government is corrupt. And I believe there's a lot of things going on behind closed doors that we don't know about. I think it's been going on for years. And to have somebody come in that was not in government, had never planned on running for president, is refreshing. he exposed some things that were going on. I don't know. Have you ever watched? Because I've been trying to
Can I address
ask.
this quick? Quick.
Sure.
So before you do, so I get the idea of what you're saying is like, I want someone who's like anti-establishment, and that was one of the things that when I originally like was looking at the 2016 election, that's what I liked. And I was a freshman in high school. I used to be a Trump supporter, and at that time, that was one of the reasons I thought it. Now, granted, I didn't know about all these bad things and stuff like that, and now that I can bring them up to you, I think that you should take them into account because he has not upheld what he said. He has been working in the establishment, if not literally has done things that are worse in plenty of instances than what we'd see with the establishment. So I don't see that as a good reason. Also, if you don't know that a particular bad action is happening, then you can't like say that it is.
Yeah, I get that. But what I see, and I think what a lot of us see, is just a way of life. And for 57 years, before COVID hit, the economy was the best I've seen it. And records show that up until COVID, it was the best that it's been for a long time. He was down to 3% unemployment.
It was 3.5%, 3.4% April 2023 under Biden.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, and I'm not saying that everybody else has done things wrong. I just feel that right now he's a better candidate than Kamala. I don't think she's got the experience to deal with other national leaders. She's been behind closed doors.
So why didn't you say that before with Trump? In 2016, you never brought it up as like, oh, it's an issue that Trump doesn't have any experience.
Well, I think
but now you're bringing up with her when she's been in the Senate. She's been vice president. She had diplomatic relations with countries around the world. She does have the experience. And it is the case that she was in multiple other positions of power. Donald Trump wasn't in those positions of power. He didn't have any experience with that internationally, and yet you thought he was a good candidate, better than Hillary, who had significantly more experience.
Well, I was actually a Hillary supporter back in the day, but I just like Trump, and a lot of people are willing to overlook his past. I know the things he's done, but when you become, how old are you?
22.
And when you get to be 60, you're going to see that everybody has made mistakes in their past. And everybody, I'm not going to say everybody.
Sexually assaulting someone's not a mistake.
Okay, well, they
know what they're doing.
He was held civilly liable, I agree. But I also agree there's been a lot of other people that have been held civilly liable for things that shouldn't have been. So we can't guarantee that it actually happened. Nobody knows that for sure.
Wait. So would you let someone held civilly liable of sexually assaulting a child be a gym teacher?
Probably not. No.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't want them around my kids.
Okay, so why not? You believe it then?
I would. I guess I would have to know the person. I'm not. I've followed Trump for many years. Did he get tied up in the wrong crowd? Yes.
So, Joan, if one of your friends was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a child, would you let them around your children?
Not without supervision, no. But he's not going to be So he's not going to be like running around.
I wouldn't let them around my child anyway, even with supervision. But like the point that I would make is that, again, you see it as good enough reason to even indicate that your friends have done something wrong, but you don't with Donald Trump. So why do you put Donald Trump on this pedestal that you wouldn't even put any of your friends?
I've got friends that have a lot of crazy backgrounds,
liable for sexual assault,
including my husband.
So liable for sexual assault?
Not sexual assault, but things along that manner that I know why it happened.
What do you mean things along that manner?
My husband picked up a 14-year-old when he was 30, but he had a very serious problem with addiction. And he is now 15, 16, what? Don't look so shocked. You see, that's your naivety, is that you're 22 and you haven't lived.
That's not my naivety. That's literally pedophilia. A 30-year-old picking up a 14-year-old for sex is never okay. That person should be in prison for the rest of their life, okay? I genuinely believe that person should be in prison. There's absolutely no excuses for a 30-year-old picking up a 14-year-old. There are absolutely no excuses for that. So if you're willing to write off behavior like that, of course you're willing to write off behavior for Donald Trump. That if he were to date a 10-year-old, saying he's going to date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, that's not crazy. Saying you date his own daughter, if it wasn't his daughter, that's not crazy. He has sex in common with his daughter, that's not crazy. Walking into changing rooms of naked teenage girls, that's not crazy. That's what y'all think because you accept this type of behavior. That is unbelievable. That is unexcusable. There are no circumstances that justify a 30-year-old picking up a 14-year-old for sex. I am 22 years old. I am 22 years old. If someone my age did that, I think they should be in prison for the rest of their life. That person was 8 years older than the man I am today. 8 years older. Okay? Don't act like they didn't know what they're doing. Don't act like they deserve some type of withholding of accountability. They were not some kid. They were a 30-year-old man. Don't use addiction to justify literal pedophilia, okay? Because a lot of people who have struggled through addiction, and not a single time did they ever get into a circumstance where that was going to happen. So do not hide behind, right, the reality of people's addictions to be able to justify someone engaging in pedophilia. Sebastian, thank you for the firework. Thank you so much. How do you see that to be okay? Sure, thank you for this one. Thank you so much. You can unmute, click the microphone in the bottom right, click your profile picture, and then click the microphone.
All right. First off, you keep putting sex into my sentence. I didn't say he picked her up for sex.
Well,
Okay.
what is he picking up for a 14-year-old for?
He took her and two young boys to a party, gave them a ride, and he got picked up because he gave them alcohol. So there was no sex involved, but he did his jail time, and I eventually forgave him. But
Wait, what was this 14-year-old? Thank you for the galaxy. Thank you so much, Kelsar.
What's
why
that?
Why was he picking up some random 14-year-old and doing that?
Well, there were 3 kids on the main street waving down, wanting a ride.
So to clarify, he picks up 3 random kids.
Okay, what does this have to do with
He picks up 3 random kids. He gives them alcohol.
Yes,
right?
and drops them off
And
at the
drives
party,
some random
and a
kids.
cop pulled up behind him. So, where's the sex come from?
So I do apologize for jumping to conclusions, but that is not okay at all.
No, it wasn't okay.
And why are they? That definitely tells me that there probably is some type of influence or intention that could be related to that.
Okay, this has nothing to do with the presidential debate. The point
I'm making is that you're willing to accept those particular types of actions from people.
I am willing to forgive.
Yeah, are you willing to forgive Donald Trump for raping someone?
Yes, I am.
You would forgive him raping someone.
When you get to be 60,
that's crazy. I know.
You've been married and
my
you've
mom
had
is
kids
60. My mom is 60. She would not forgive someone for grape.
Have she ever made any mistakes in your life?
Yes, but not grape.
Right. But what if she
not even close.
did? What if she did?
Then I would not try to have a relationship with someone.
Really?
No, never.
You won't know that until you become
thank you for
a
the
father.
$3. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I draw a line at that.
I thought so too.
Okay, Joan, I draw a line at that.
I thought so too when I was 22.
You can say that you don't draw a line at that, but that just shows how your morals have degraded. Okay.
Okay, I'm a very moral person.
No, you're not.
I believe in forgiveness, and so does Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And
Jeez,
everybody
that's
other than murder should be given the opportunity.
Okay. Would you
he was not even criminally
I have a question, Joan.
liable.
Would you forgive Jeffrey Dahmer? Love you. I appreciate
He murdered people, so no.
Wait, but Jesus forgives all, right?
Well, I think there's
Jeffrey Dahmer. You want to know something crazy?
Life is something different.
Oh, you want to know something crazy? Jeffrey Dahmer actually, at the end of his life, pleaded his life to Jesus and turned it to Christ. I'm not trolling.
Do you believe
Jeffrey Dahmer legitimately turned to Christ at the end of his life? So actually, under your worldview, you might believe he's in heaven right now.
I do believe that all spirits go to the same place. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual, and I believe that
You're not religious, but you follow Jesus? What?
Every spirit goes to
What?
the same place. There's no heaven or hell. You'll
What?
go up there and you'll come back as a
You did
rapist
not.
yourself.
You did not get this. You think I will?
Yeah, you might.
That's fucking gross.
Well, you might. You don't know. Do you believe in
I don't believe in
reincarnation?
reincarnate. No, I don't believe in any of
Okay. Well, we're allowed to our own rights, but
Wait, so I have a question, Joan. Do you think you were a rapist in a past life?
I don't know. I don't know what I was. Nobody does.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God,
Okay.
I don't think I had a past life where I did that.
I think you're so naive. You've only got 22.
I'm naive, and you
You
believe in mystical, fucking magical story tales, dude.
No, I
Like,
believe in spirit and the afterlife.
You
That's
literally
not
believe in
mystical
story tales. Aaron, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much for standing up
think
against
it's
grape. Yes,
crazy
thank you so
that
much. I appreciate
people-
that, Aaron.
I mean, I'm great. Hey, you got a job. These people are paying you to do this. I think you're very intelligent. I think you have a lot of insight. I think you know a lot of policies. I will say this, that policy is policy. I have a business. I set a policy. That's just a policy. That doesn't mean that person is going to follow that policy. So you can think that she has better policies, and maybe
Well,
she's
no,
better
I'm talking about
written.
things they've done. Okay, so what are the
Yeah, and
name
have
me
you
one
looked up-
economic policy that Donald Trump has influenced to get passed that's benefit the middle class more than it's benefit rich people?
Well, I would have to look it up, but there is, and if you've looked it up, you know that in his first term, I mean, in the first year, he did more than most presidents do in their 4 years term.
Not true. You can't even
Yeah, he
mention me
did.
anything. You literally
Yes, he
can't mention
did.
anything.
Yes, he signed over, and
Deanna,
and the
thank you
thing
so much for the
was-
$20 on Cash App. Thank you so much for spitting facts, not to be brainwashed. And
What
love you.
the-
Thank you for the $1. Thank you. And also,
What
I
the
appreciate the
pub-
gem
what-
gun. Thank you, Sassy.
What the Trump people like too about
Actually,
Trump.
you can say that about Joe Biden. Joe Biden has passed some of the most bipartisan legislation of any president ever. Actually, you could
Whether
argue
you say
of any
that or
president
not, How's
ever.
your life right now?
My
how's your
life is
Oh,
great.
Well, my kids are struggling because of the economy, and it's hard for anybody.
Yeah, and
your
how was
age.
that caused by the Biden-Harris administration?
Well, it was, and
How?
COVID hit, and then shit soared, and Biden didn't do anything to help it.
Appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much. What could he have done?
Well, he could have kept the oil over here instead of getting it from other countries.
We produce more oil in the United States right now than any point in American history, and we get less imports from other countries.
I don't believe that.
Yes, we do.
I don't.
Look
I
up
don't
U.S.
look it up.
Look up U.S. oil imports.
I talked
We
to
get
my
none
husband
from
about
Russia.
it, and he listens to you as well. We listen to you together, and he said, he's got a lot of valid points. You do. I believe you're intelligent, but I guess I'm just trying to explain to you why people like Trump and why they feel that it's somebody from the outside that's actually working for us. He doesn't take a salary. He's. Have you ever watched the? Do you know who Dr. Phil is?
Yes.
Have you watched Merit TV?
No, I
Dr.
haven't.
Phil.
Dawn, thank you for the $3, and Tyler,
I
thank you for the $5.
really suggest, and I told my sons this because both of my sons are Democrats, to please watch the Dr. Phil interviews with Donald Trump. I have a lot of respect for Dr. Phil.
I've seen clips of those.
Well, that's not. Yeah, they show what in context. You have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll watch.
But
the whole
Dr.
thing.
Phil is a very intelligent person. He's a lawyer. These 34 convictions that he was convicted of.
Dr. Phil is a lawyer?
Yes. He's a psychiatrist and he's also a lawyer. He was originally come into the public eye when he
Dr.
became.
Phil a lawyer?
Yes.
No.
Yes, he is.
No? I literally, I'm taking Siri's word over you. I'll look up, is Dr.
Does he have a law degree?
Phil a lawyer? Also, but I just want to let you know, you said Trump gave up his, what's it called? His salary. He actually only donated 30%, according to his tax returns. Also, he's not a lawyer. I just looked it up. He's not a lawyer.
Okay, well, he's got
Roberta, thank you so much for the
does have
$15
some
on
degree in
Venmo. Thank you
law.
so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
He originally come into the public eye when he worked with Oprah Winfrey's lawyers. Regardless,
he's neither a doctor nor a lawyer, according to the Illinois Attorney blog.
That's
Marco,
not
thank you for the
true.
$25 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Marco,
Okay,
for the
well,
$25.
Either way, I have a lot of respect for him. I'd have to look that up, but I know he's a doctor. So I don't know what you're looking at, but he even says that they did not allow, the judge actually ruled not to allow Donald Trump to bring his information, none of it, into court. And so it was not a fair trial. And Dr. Phil agrees with that. He has a lot of valid points. And to see him, because he was always liberal, very liberal.
So, can you tell me where he got licensed? Abby, think of the hand heart. JT, think of the sunglasses.
Dr. Phil,
Yeah.
I would have to look it up, but
I will seriously give you time to look it up.
Okay.
All right, let's give her time to look it up. In the meantime, everyone, tap that screen. Let's try to get to 1.5 million likes. Share the live as well, everyone. Just make sure, Joan, to come here within like a minute or so, and just tap on TikTok so that you can get here and you can see me real quick, and then you can go back and keep looking if you haven't found it. Just because it doesn't kick you out of the live. Stephanie, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much for Dr. Phil's law degree student loans. Okay. He ceased renewing his license to practice psychology in 2006. He doesn't have it anymore. But yeah, everyone, do tap that screen. Just get to 1.5 million likes. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. If you're MAGA, type in the comment section right now. We'll bring you up. Did you find anything, Joan? Hello? Matt, thank you so much for the $25 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Matt. Thank you so much. And Matt said, I've worked oil and gas for the past 17 years. We've been eating under Biden.
It's because he's working in oil. I mean, what about the everyday person that's running a business, a small business?
Okay, so the Harris administration does want to help small business and people who are making less.
Why didn't she help when she was under the Biden administration?
Why didn't she help under the Biden administration? Help small businesses?
Right, I mean...
They did help small businesses, right? So I'll give plenty of examples.
I didn't see any help. Dr. Phil helped, or not Dr. Phil, Trump helped.
Does infrastructure help small businesses?
Yes.
Are there small businesses in rural areas?
Yes.
So if small businesses exist in rural areas, and she specifically fought for in the infrastructure bill, extending access of high-speed internet to rural areas, does that benefit small businesses in rural areas?
I guess, but...
Yeah, so wait, is that one example? That's one example. There's also roads and bridges. There's also the getting lead out of the pipes, specifically for clean drinking water, right? There's plenty of things that she advocated for. That was just the infrastructure bill, let alone the American Rescue Plan, right? Let alone specifically the Inflation Reduction Act, the $35 cap on insulin for seniors.
You know your stuff. I know you know your stuff, and I'm not going to argue with you. I just still know that I'm going to vote for Trump, and I think that protection-wise, he's going to protect our country a lot better than she will. According to the conversation between Dr. Phil and Dr. Trump, we are this close to World War III, and if he doesn't...
Joan, you own a business, right?
Yes.
Did you receive PPP loans?
Yes, I did.
Vincent, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Did you feel? Did you do that under Biden's administration? Did you receive any?
I did some under both. The ones actually I did under Trump administration were written off. The EIDL loans were written off. But the PPL I'm going to be paying on for 30 years.
So you as a small business were helped by the Biden-Harris administration, and you were asking me what specifically helped small businesses in America?
I just can't say that was...
the $1 from Dr. Trump.
No, I did get money before Trump was out of office.
No,
He started it.
But it also happened under Biden.
What?
But it also happened under Biden, right?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
I'm not saying that they did everything wrong. I just think that Trump is a better candidate. And
How is Trump a better candidate?
because he's stronger, because he's
Stronger?
Yes. Stronger as far as dealing with other country leaders.
What makes you think that?
I
Is it
just
his
think
multiple national security advisors that indicated he's unfit for presidency and he's a threat to democracy? Is it these like chief of staff aides that indicate that?
how can you say he's a threat to democracy when Biden was like totally incompetent for the last 2 years, if not his whole presidency?
Sherry, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Sherry. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, there haven't been many people in Biden's administration that have indicated this, but we have multiple people specifically
that's because
from
they
Trump's
did. That's
administration.
because,
We have multiple people
corrupt.
under Trump's administration that did this. Trump's third national security advisor, because he had two before that one, John Bolton, indicated, I believe foreign leaders think he's a laughing fool.
I believe some people probably do, but I think there's a lot of people that think she's a laughing fool too. I mean, you're always going to have people think
Can you
that.
give me one person in her administration that is believing that?
See, that's where you know
Give me one. Give me one.
That's where you're not. You're so book smart that you've studied and done all that, but you haven't lived life. And when you get to be 60 years old, like I'm almost, you will realize the
Your
difference.
sunglasses. Thank you so much.
So,
Okay, so once you reach
there's
Biden's
nothing
age,
we'll ever agree
once you reach
upon.
Biden's age, you're gonna realize that he actually, right, was for the country. Iron, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much. I
I'm
appreciate it.
not
Connor,
saying
thank you for
he
the $5.
wasn't
Thank you
for
so
the
much.
Country, that he wasn't competent to be
Appreciate it.
running the country.
Trump
I
is
wouldn't have wanted
incompetent
him-
to be running the country. Are you serious?
Yes, he is.
Really?
Bullshit.
You want
He's
me
running
to?
multiple businesses. You know he is. You know he can run the country. He ran the country for 4 years.
It's called rain. It rains.
Listen.
He ran
There's
the
so
country.
much water you don't know what to do with it. It's called rain. It rains a lot in certain places.
He's not a speaker. He's not a politician.
Did you see the other day? I opened it up and they closed it again. I opened it, they closed
Can I
it.
mute you?
Washing machines to wash your dishes. There's a problem.
Can I mute you? Because I'm not listening.
And we'll play another one.
I've heard Trump more than
What would
anybody.
happen if the boat sank
I
from
love
this way?
him.
And you're in the
I
boat,
love Donald
and you have
Trump.
this tremendously powerful battery, and the battery's now underwater, and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards, or here. Do I get electrocuted? If the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking. Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted? Or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time.
I see. Thank you so much. No clue what that guy's saying there.
Are you ready for some tough questions?
You're going to be fair.
I'm going to be fair,
Just be fair.
but you're okay with some tough questions.
No. And again, I said to Vladimir Putin, I said, don't do it. You can't do it, Vladimir. You do it, it's going to be a bad day. You cannot do it. And I told him things that what I do, and he said, no way. And I said, way. And it's the last time we ever had the conversation. And again, I said to Vladimir Putin,
Sophia, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
but on the other hand, their windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. Nobody does anything about that. They're washing up and show. I saw it this weekend. 3 of them came up. You wouldn't see it once a year. Now they're coming up on a weekly basis. The windmills are driving them crazy. They're driving the whales, I think, a little batty. But on the other...
Yeah, you mute me. I muted you.
Yeah. So did you hear any of those?
No, I've heard Trump. I don't need to hear any more of it. I've
On the other
listened
hand,
to
their windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. Nobody does anything about that. They're washing up and show. I saw it this weekend. 3 of them came up. You wouldn't see it once a year. Now they're coming up on a weekly basis.
Can you tell me that? Can you tell me what that means?
I know Trump is not the best speaker. He's never claimed to be.
Really?
He is not.
Really? I wonder how he did that one.
That's why you don't get. That's why people like him. He's not trained to speak like regular
Yeah,
freaking
they like
politicians.
him because he's-
Politicians lie. They
Yeah,
just lie through their teeth in intellectual ways.
So he lied
like
about the
you did.
election. He lied about literally engaging in
No,
intercourse
the
with Stormy
election was
Daniels.
rigged.
He lied about sexually abusing
The
Eugene
election
Carroll.
was rigged.
Wait, give me any
No.
evidence. Joan, give me any evidence.
Let's see. In the state of California, they do not require that you provide ID or Social Security card to vote.
Don't
mail-in
even,
votes.
Joan. Do not tell me Trump won California. Don't even get me started.
Who says he did or he
Raj,
didn't?
thanks for $5.
Is that still
He
fair?
absolutely
Is
lost
that
California.
a fair election?
Yes, it's fair, and he absolutely
No,
lost.
it's not fair.
Do not tell
He
me
won-
Trump won California. Don't.
Okay.
You're amazing. Thank you so much, Cami.
The
I live
problem
in
is
Los
that
Angeles.
I
I live in
want-
California. You have no clue what you're talking about.
I want to know.
It's so blue. It's so blue. You don't even understand.
I want to know what's true, though. I don't want to know that it was that people
Vincent, thank you
had
for the $5. Thank you so much.
people had the opportunity to vote 5, 7 times because they received 5 or 7 ballots in the mail. Why is that a fair election? I mean, what is so difficult about providing an ID and a Social Security number when you're in this
Because in
country?
order to be able to vote in the first place, you have to literally have those to be able to get the ballot in the first place. And also,
Excuse-
this idea that undocumented immigrants are voting, there's no evidence supporting that.
No, that's
I
not
voted.
true.
I voted in California. If anyone knows about the voting process, it's probably gonna be someone who voted in California, right? Not
Yeah,
someone
but
who
also-
lives across the fucking country.
For you
There's
to
no
think
damn clue what they're talking
that
about.
mail-in
I promise
ballots-
you, California was won by Joe Biden. It wasn't even fucking close.
Well,
it wasn't even
you're
close.
in your own little world because
No, I'm not.
I see Trump signs everywhere.
Jesus
And-
Christ. Where?
Well, Ohio's Trump all the way.
Vincent, thank you so much for the $5.
But there were Arizona. Arizona was totally
I don't know your name is Vincent.
swept by Biden in the last freaking few hours of the election, and they do mail-in ballots as well. So, I just want to know. I'm not saying who won or who didn't,
So
but
how did Trump
I want
vote?
to know that it's fair. What?
How did Trump vote?
How did Trump vote?
Yeah.
He went to the ballot and voted.
No, he did mail in.
Yes, he did. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
they
he did.
showed him go in and vote.
Joan, I'm actually totally serious. He literally did mail in.
Okay. Well, it was nice chatting with you.
Do you also
I
want to hear
appreciate-
his second Secretary of Defense? Second, by the way, Mark Esper said, "I think he's unfit for office. He puts himself before the country. His actions all are about him, not about the country." And then, of course, he has the integrity character issues as well.
There's all kinds of quotes about both candidates. That's what this is so one-sided in here. I mean,
His chairman of the Joint Chiefs, retired General
If you
Mark
want-
Milley,
what about
seemed to invoke
RFK?
Trump. We won't take an ooth to a wannabe dictator. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we make an oath to the
He's
idea
not
that
a
is America,
dictator.
and we are willing to die to protect it.
He
Right?
wants-
I can mention his vice president. The American people deserve to know that President Trump asked me to put him over my oath to the Constitution.
I don't
Anyone
know
who
where
puts
you're
himself
reading
over the
from,
Constitution
and I
should
know
never be
you have-
president of the United States.
I didn't come to debate with a list.
Jessica,
of
thank you for the $10. Thank you so much.
I didn't come to debate.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. His first Secretary of Defense, James Mattis. Donald Trump is the first president in my lifetime who does not try to unite the American people, does not even pretend to try. Instead, he tries to divide us.
Should I
Howdy,
came
thank you for
with
the $4.20.
my list of-
Ohio for Kamala.
Should I have came with my list of my quotes from her side and things that he has
Yeah,
said?
go for it. Go for it.
Okay, well, I will do that and come back then, but I didn't. I'm just telling you why people like Trump and why I like Trump and that I will vote for him, and we'll see who wins. I don't know if it's going to be a fair election. I feel just like he does that, he's got to win big or there's no way, big enough so they can't rig it.
Okay, so you have no
And-
evidence that it was rigged. What court cases
I
indicated
don't
sufficient
have any
evidence to
evidence.
overturn the
I
election?
don't have any evidence. The only thing that I feel in my gut as an intuitive person is that it was not fair. Now, I'm not saying that she won or he won. I'm just saying I don't think it's a fair election. I think that every person should have to go into a ballot, show their ID, show their identification, their social security
Okay,
card.
then make it free, but Trump didn't do that. Okay, not only did Trump not do
That's
that,
what he wants to get into office to do.
then why didn't he do it?
Well,
and why did he vote
was
mail-in
doing a
for
lot of
multiple
other
decades?
shit.
He's voted mail-in in multiple elections.
He was doing a lot of other stuff when he was in office. He was working and he was talking to the public like on a weekly basis. He would
Vincent,
come on
I have
and
no
talk to the
fucking
public.
clue what your name is, Vincent. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Okay,
no.
well, hey, I appreciate your side. I wish your debate was a little more calm because I think it's a little radical, and that's what I don't like about the left and the Democrats is all this speech about what you know and all the evidence you know.
Joan,
It's
respectfully, don't sit there and
understanding
call
the
me
other
radical.
side.
No, don't sit there and call me radical when your fucking side tried to coup the government. Don't even call me radical.
You
When I'm
don't
advocating
think
for
that
universal health
Biden
care, I'm
wasn't
advocating for
corrupt?
childcare, I'm advocating to get rid of homelessness, I'm advocating to help the American people, and you advocated to divide us and to literally try to coup the country.
The only
Don't even
reason
talk
it
to me about
divides
radical
us-
when your side is literally denying the election. Don't talk to me about radical when you're trying
Yeah,
to
but
restrict women's access to abortion.
we weren't burning
Don't talk
down-
to me about radical when you call for a complete and total shutdown of Muslim center in the country. Don't talk to me about radical when all I do is acknowledge basic facts and call for people to have basic things that they need. That's it. That's all I'm advocating for. All right, Joan. Yeah, I'm just. You can unmute. Appreciate the IC. Thank you so much. You can click your profile picture in the bottom right and click the microphone. There you go.
So who was burning down cities and
Jessica, thank you for the $5. Thank you so
trying
much.
to take over
No
the law?
city, no entire city was burnt down.
Well, you
Okay,
know what
and I-
I'm talking about. Jesus,
and I
Christ,
specifically-
do we really have to seriously have to get into that specifics? I mean, there were riots and there was crap by all the Democrats.
Gerard, I appreciate it.
not
Thank you
the
so much for the
Republicans.
under. I appreciate it.
The Republicans, they rioted for one day to try because they were pissed about the election. It wasn't
One
fair.
day, you
Yeah.
still believe the election is stolen. Okay. Not only that, but Donald Trump wants
Yeah,
to
but
pardon
they
the
didn't-
people.
they still keep quiet to
Donald Trump wants to pardon the people that were convicted of and pled guilty to literally violently assaulting police officers. 56% of the people, right there,
How
I'm
many
referencing,
police officers
literally pled
violate
guilty.
humans and get away with it?
What's up?
How many police officers or policemen abuse people and get away with it? There's that stuff
Wait,
happens.